Hi, welcome to another chapter. In this one, we are diving into perspective. This technique is essential for creating depth and dimension in art, making a flat surface look three dimensional. So, let's start with the basics. There are three main terms to know for perspective. First of all, horizon line. Imagine the line where the sky meets the ground. This is called the horizon line and it represents your eye level. Also, vanishing point. In one point perspective, there's a single point on the horizon line where all the lines appear to converge. We call this the vanishing point. Think of this as the anchor that creates depth in the scene, and orthogonal lines. These are the lines that move from the edge of your object toward the vanishing point. They create the illusion of depth by making objects appear to get smaller as they move back into the scene. First, we are starting with one point perspective. To understand it, imagine standing in a long hallway. The walls, ceiling, and floor all appear to converge toward a single point in the distance. All the lines that are parallel in real life seem to meet at that vanishing point as they move away from us. So now let's break down these steps to create your own one point perspective drawing. So draw the horizon line. You can place it wherever you like depending on the eye level you want to create. Now mark your vanishing point on the horizon line, and this will be the focal point for your drawing. Let's start with a basic shape. In this sketching, we're drawing boxes, so draw a rectangle or square in the foreground. Next, draw the orthogonal lines from each corner of your shape, directing them toward the vanishing point. Add parallel lines to close off the shape in the background, giving it a sense of depth. Now we are moving into two-point perspective. This method is perfect for drawing objects at an angle, like a building's corner facing the viewer. Instead of a single point, we'll use two vanishing points to create a more dynamic sense of depth. In two-point perspective, we'll have two vanishing points, as we just said before, on the horizon line. Each vanishing point will control one set of lines, which mean lines will angle toward either the left or the right vanishing point. And finally, we are tackling three-point perspective. This technique is used when you want to capture not just the width and depth, but also the height of an object. It's excellent for drawing objects for dramatic angles, like viewing from above or below. There are now three vanishing points. Two are on the horizon line, one on the left and one on the right, and the third point is either above or below the horizon line, depending on whether you're looking up or down at the object. All lines move toward one of these three vanishing points. Lines that contour height converge to the third vanishing point, giving the drawing a sense of extreme depth. Basically, in the three-point perspective, you're adding a sense of height to the depth and width we have seen in two-point perspective. In this way, you get a more dynamic and dramatic effect because all dimensions, width, depth, and height are receding towards separate points. So now we will apply this for drawing objects using those vanishing points and also the perspective boxes that are generated by this. Let's move into it, focusing on creating a sense of depth and space in your artwork. We'll explore again 1 point, 2 point, and 3 point perspective, allowing you to see how the positioning of vanishing points dramatically influences the appearance of your objects. Perspective boxes are fundamental tools for creating three-dimensional effects in your drawings. These help us visualize how objects exist in space and how they relate to our viewpoint. By manipulating the dimension and orientation of boxes, you can depict them effectively. So let's explore how to draw perspective boxes in three different scenarios, each using a different number of vanishing points as we just as we did, but now I'm drawing a cake inside of it. To try to draw it in different perspective in an easy way, so I drew the frontal and bottom view to use them as reference while applying the cake to the box. I'm doing exactly the same exercises as before with the three different vanishing points, but now using a cake. I wanted to start with an object since it's much easier than working with the human body. Once we have mastered this, we can move on as it doesn't matter as much if I make a mistake with the cake or if I'm missing a part, it won't look incomplete or misshapen. However, with something as complex as the human body, that will be the case. You have to practice with this. Choose one of the three types of vanishing points we discussed today: 1 point, 2 point, or 3 point perspective, and draw your own perspective box. Experiment with different sizes, orientation, and depths to see how the perspective changes with your adjustments. Feel free to combine boxes or create a small scene using multiple boxes in the same perspective style. Understanding and mastering perspective is essential for creating depth and realism in your artwork. Keep practicing with perspective boxes, and soon you will be able to create complex scenes with confidence.